All right, welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into what can only be described as an absolute masterpiece of tournament football. I'm talking about a massive knockout clash in Miami that literally had everyone on the edge of their seats. On paper, this 2026 World Cup matchup looked like your classic David versus Goliath scenario, Argentina taking on Cabo Verde. But, as we're about to see, football rarely sticks to the script. We're going to unpack the tactics, the unbelievable drama, and just the sheer willpower on display in this unforgettable match. A sensation in Miami at the World Cup. That is exactly how the commentators captured the pure electricity of this game. Going into this knockout stage, you've got the Giants, Argentina, heavily favored, playing in an atmosphere that basically felt like a home game for them. The stakes? Massive. Win and you advance, lose and you're packing your bags. But Cabo Verde, they didn't just show up to be a footnote in Argentina's highlight reel. Oh no, they arrived ready to create a massive sensation of their own. Let's see how this incredible drama actually unfolded.
Section 1. Liftoff in Miami. Early match action.
So the match kicks off exactly the way the whole world expected for the tournament favorites. Now, after an early moment where Cabo Verde's Viña tried something a bit cheeky and almost got away with it, the ball eventually finds its way to Lionel Messi. And, wow, his control in this moment is absolutely brilliant. And the finish? Even better. It was just a sensational strike that gave Argentina liftoff in the knockout stages. It was exactly the kind of magic we've come to expect, handing Argentina that vital early advantage they were hunting for. Section 2. Historic milestone. Messi's record. Okay, let's just let this number sink in for a second. 20. This wasn't just some great opening goal to set the tone in Miami. No, this strike marked goal number 20 for Lionel Messi at the World Cup. To put that into perspective, that number officially makes him the all-time leading scorer in the entire history of the tournament. It's just a staggering achievement. By putting his team ahead, he didn't just ignite the stadium, he cemented an unbelievable personal legacy on the world's biggest stage. Honestly, at that point, it felt like the rest of the game might just be a coronation. Section 3. The underdog strikes back. Cabo Verde equalizes. But if Argentina thought they were just going to cruise after that historic goal, Cabo Verde had entirely different plans. They completely refused to be intimidated. Out of nowhere, Ryan Méndez takes the ball, cuts inside, and just unleashes a shocking equalizer. The whole stadium was absolutely stunned. It completely shattered Argentina's early dominance and sent a loud and clear message. Cabo Verde wasn't just here to make up the numbers. They were here for a fight. Let's map out how this absolute roller coaster built across the match. So in the first half, you have Messi's historic opening goal. Then Cabo Verde fires right back with Méndez. Fast forward to later in the game, Argentina thinks they've got it in the back when Lautaro Martínez tees it up and buries it to put them ahead once more. But wait, Cabo Verde answers again. Sidney Lopez Cabral equalizes, dragging this unbelievable contest all the way into extra time before Ramiro eventually finds the winner. I mean, Cabo Verde literally answered every single punch the heavy favorites threw at them in regular time. It was wild.
Section 4. Extra time chaos down to the wire.
By this point, the tension in Miami had reached an absolute boiling point. The entire crowd was holding its collective breath. Just listen to this quote from the broadcast.
And this team just will not lie down.
The commentator said this right after Cabo Verde fell behind that Lisandro Martinez goal, only for Sidney Lopez Cabral to immediately drag them right back into it. The sheer resilience of this Cabo Verde squad was staggering. They were playing with this unbelievable level of belief, completely defying the odds, not to mention the exhausting Miami heat. Now, what's really fascinating here is the massive clash of styles we saw once extra time kicked off. On one side, you have Argentina's relentless, suffocating attacking pressure. They're throwing absolutely everything forward, desperately trying to get their lead back. We even saw Messi create a brilliant chance, only to be spectacularly denied by the Capo Verde goalkeeper, Bozija. Then on the other side, you've got Capo Verde's incredibly stubborn, resilient defense. They were relying on fierce defiance and the constant threat of a quick counterattack. It was literally an irresistible force meeting an immovable object. Section 5. Argentina survives. The final act. Eventually, this grueling stalemate had to break. And, well, of course it started with the captain. Messi whips in this absolutely brilliant delivery right across the face of the goal, and it perfectly finds Christian Romero. Romero makes no mistake, he just buries it for Argentina's third goal.
You could actually feel the wave of pure relief from the Argentinian side. They finally managed to crack that unyielding Cabo Verde defense right in the dying moments of extra time. But guys, even then, it wasn't over. Cabo Verde came right back down the pitch. Sidney Lopez Cabral whips a super dangerous ball in, and it forces a massive match-saving stop from Emi Martinez. Seriously, if he doesn't make that save right at the death, we're looking at another equalizer and heading straight into a penalty shootout. It just goes to show how incredibly razor-thin the margins really were in this matchup. So let's wrap up the key takeaways from this absolute thriller. Ultimately, Argentina secures a hard-fought 3-2 victory. But history is definitely going to remember that Cabo Verde pushed the tournament favorites to the absolute limit. They earned the respect of the entire footballing world with that fearless performance. But hey, survival is the name of the game in tournament football, and Argentina successfully advances through the knockout stage. Which leaves us with one final burning question. After being pushed to the absolute limit by a massive underdog and relying on late heroics just to scrape by, can Argentina survive the rest of the tournament? Did this grueling test expose vulnerabilities that other teams are going to exploit? Or did it forge a battle-tested resilience that'll carry them all the way to the trophy? I'll let that question simmer as you think about this incredible match. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next one.